Welcome back to another ODG Plays 20 Questions. This time our victim is Dart. As you can tell by the clever use of letters, if I knew what I'm doing, over there. You can tell that's cart. Kenny's here because we just ripped open a case of Darkness Ablaze, and it's helpful to have another set of hands when you're doing so, and I'm Evan. Shocking surprise there. So Dart, tell us who you are, what your accomplishments in the trading card game are, and what your favorite Pokemon is and why.
Okay, well, I'm Dart, as you said. My main accomplishment so far is a top 64 finish at Collinsville Regional in 2019.
That'd be 2020 season.
Okay, in the 2020 season.
It's pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
But, so I got 33rd playing Baby Ultra, and, it was a fun time. Did it while wearing pajama pants.
Yep. His nickname for our group chat is Magic Jammas.
Yeah.
I thought it was Magic Johnson. Or James.
No, just Jammas.
Oh. Yeah, I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Yes, you have. Favorite Pokemon and why?
My favorite Pokemon is Buzzwole. It's because the big buff guy with the mosquito and the 4 Mr. Crab legs.
Buzz.
All right. What got you into Pokemon in general? It doesn't have to be the trading card game or the video game, just like in general, what got you into Pokemon?
Well, to be honest, it was the card game. I was never into Pokemon when I was a kid. You know, I never really collected the cards or anything like that. But I was playing Magic casually with my friends, and then I started to try and play competitively, and it was just expensive, and I ended up meeting a bunch of other people playing Magic or Pokemon, the card game. And ended up getting into it that way with just the support of people in the community, just helping out newer people.
Got Zach Anderson and Riley Bender.
Yes, those two.
What about the Pokemon community has kept you involved for the time that you've been playing?
Because
you haven't been playing for a terribly long time. You've been playing, what, 1+ seasons?
I've been playing competitively, I've been playing for a season. Beyond that, I've been playing for 2.
Okay, so but what about the community has kept you as involved as you are?
Mostly just honestly how friendly it is and how welcoming it is to new players. Other card games, I mean, most people know are not as friendly to their newcomers. So,
Dragon Ball Super. Sorry. Oh.
But having people just really kind and helpful and actually trying to impart helpful wisdom upon you to help you become a better player, and also just the genuine connections that you make while playing it, because most of these people in the community are actually really, really nice people.
Sound like you had a nasty cold there, Evan.
Well, luckily free of infections and such. So, Dart, outside of Pokemon, what do you do for fun?
I kind of hang out with my friends, nothing super exciting. I do play a lot of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I am on a team for that as well, so I do that as well for fun.
Okay. And this one, if you want to, we can skip it because it might not apply to you because you haven't been playing as long as some of us. But what is the card type you would like to see either reintroduced in the game? That would be like Pokemon SP, Level Axes, Frontier Brains, Cynthia's, stuff like that, or a new type of card brought into the game?
I mean, to be honest, I'd kind of like to see a return of the break, even though it's kind of I think the break was just fun. I liked especially a Greninja break.
Of course you would like Greninja.
Yeah. But I enjoyed the breaks quite a bit. It was a lot slower of a format at the time, not so tanky. I mean, obviously we're going to continue to power creep because, well, you just have to make cards in standard less good so people buy your new product. But also just seeing a slowdown of the format, because it feels like even though over these past 2 rotations, we've still kind of remained for the most part in a one-shot format.
All right, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite format to play and why?
I like standard, mostly because that's what I had the most experience with. I have played a bit of expanded, and it was fun, but I don't know enough of the cards to say that I would be able to, I mean, I guess that was my best performing thing, was an expanded tournament, so...
I'm like, you do remember what format Collinsville was, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, I perform my best in expanded, but I prefer standard, just because I know the cards for standard better, because I'm more on top of that, and instead of whatever isn't X and Y.
Right.
Okay.
Are you more in favor of a simplistic format, which I would say would be the start of the XY black and white, or the black and white era, that was a very simplistic format, or do you more in favor of a complex format from like the Diamond Pearl era, or do you like something where we're at right now, where it's kind of quite frankly a mix of both?
I like it right now where we're at. I mean, I didn't play in Diamond and Pearl or X and Y, so I can't fully speak upon. I've been playing since Sun and Moon, so I can't really say I know the other formats very well. But I do like the format that we're at right now. That it caters to many people's play styles, even with this current standard ban of Bryson Manbelow mismatches.
Which at least this person here is not terribly upset with.
I'm not terribly upset with that ban either.
I don't mind. Brad does.
He loves control mill, bro.
I know. When you're constructing a deck, what is your secret to building? Like what attribute is the most important thing to you when you build a deck? Like consistency, your tax, whatever it may be. So let's go with what is your secret when you're building a deck?
To be honest, I kind of do what Brad does, and I just lay everything out on the table that I could possibly want, and then try and think of their actual viability in the deck and see if it's actually if there's a reason for it being there. Like, say, right now, there wouldn't be a big point in playing. I guess there could be a point of playing Buzzmosa, but for the most part, Buzzmosa right now wouldn't be a great card, and for the most part, because Beast Game doesn't really knock out much anything, especially because we lose Beast Energy and stuff like that. But that's an example of. Yeah.
Okay, so which aspect of decks is the most important to you? Consistency, tax?
Overall for me, I think it would be important to have an overall decent win spread. Accepting your one or two, say for expanded, accepting your 1 or 2 auto losses is okay if you're really good with consistency, but also have a decent spread, like win spread.
I'd agree. What type of decks do you like to play? Control decks, aggro decks, meme decks, defensive style decks?
I generally like aggro decks for the most part, just because they're generally pretty straightforward and don't take too much thinking to go behind them. It's just do the thing the deck was made to do and win. Although I do like a lot of meme decks because I think it adds a lot of freshness to the game. How sadly not enough of them are competitive viable.
Cartana.
But yeah, Cartana, like exactly it's basically Eradicate Break. Cartana, flip a coin, damage down till 10 HP left with the Garb, you do poison and take your knockout. I've played with that a little bit. Now, it's a lot of fun. It's not viable competitively because there's too many baby Pokemon right now, whether they be techs or not. But it's still fun.
What deck were you most successful with and why? And successful is by your definition of success.
I would probably say Buzzrock. Because that was more or less of the deck that actually got me playing the game, decently, actually understanding what I need to do during my turn, play orders, stuff like that, where it's not just, throw cards around, we win. No, it's you actually have to think about what you're doing. Why would I play Guzma if I could evolve into Lycanroc and pull up somebody's Pokemon with Lycanroc instead of playing the Guzma? Then I could get more card advantage from playing a draw supporter and so on and so forth.
Sorry, lost my spot here. There we are. What was your favorite deck to play regardless of success?
Solgaleo Metagross. That deck, I just felt like it was just
2 stage 2s.
Yeah, Solgaleo Metagross was a lot of fun. Because you had the Metagrosses to set up and have consistency without keeping your energy up, and you had the Solgaleo to get the energy out. And for the most part, it was just a really fun, I can do a lot of damage or I can just tank.
I liked that deck because you had 2 GX attacks that, depending on your situation, both were incredible.
Yeah.
If you knew your opponent didn't have end in hand or have access to it, it's algorithm all day long. But if it's like, I need to get some energy out on the board because I couldn't find it, then you Soul Burst. It's just fantastic.
I like that deck because I played Steve Guthrie at a company, and Annihilate makes it played a 202 Lion line, and then I got bodied by Bodon due to an Espeon EX in top 8. I was like, crap.
When you're preparing for a major or minor event, what is your secret or routine besides the Magic Jamas?
Obviously the Magic Jamas. I don't know if you guys have seen the cover photo or not. I don't know if or the photo of us all standing together as a team. But I wore those pants, some pajama pants to
every day of Collinsville.
Yes, every day of Collinsville. It was
Kenny's pulling up the example.
It was poor packing and planning and. because I packed multiple pairs of pants, and then turns out those pants were too small, and the only ones that I had that fit were those, and then I couldn't fit into the budget.
All right, so
couldn't fit into the budget extra pants.
so that's Dart there in the flannel jacket and the flannel pants. Besides Jonathan, Kenny,
And the
Nick.
beanie. He had a beanie going on too.
Yeah. We cart this guy 9+ hours from Metro Detroit to St. Louis, effectively, and he's got a pair.
And we stopped at Meijer right before we went to Brad's house, where he could have picked up clothes.
I looked at.
Hold on.
They were
You got that
$30.
nasty peach soda, but you couldn't get pants.
I could buy what nasty? Hello. Nasty. That shit is amazing.
Incorrect.
No one drank it but you and Brad. Brad had one.
Oh,
my
but the
goodness.
burps.
Those were so bad. Oh my gosh.
Hey, at least it wasn't that rain that I bought that we all tried and we were like, no.
Okay, we were sitting in the hotel room testing, and then all of a sudden, Dart just has a spontaneous. He breathes out, and then the whole area just smelled so bad. Like, I left the room for 5 minutes.
So what you're saying is, when you're preparing for an event, there is no preparation.
I mean, there is
Just got Peach Fago.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say there is preparation because I play against other decks with, the team and stuff. But it's hard to say I did any prepping when I literally changed my deck the night of.
Right.
And then
I'm like, here, Dart.
Here's
try this version of it.
I said, okay, change 4 cards, top 64.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So, do you travel frequently to events? If so, what has been your favorite city or venue to visit?
All the events that I've been, I do frequently go to events. I try to go to as many as I possibly can. But the 2 that I have to say really stand out, and that I'm just going to name 2 because it's different, a cup and a regional. My favorite cup I've been to was Full Grip in Akron.
Okay.
Just going to the Full Grip store is a lot of fun, Mahon's place and stuff like that. And I had a lot of fun. Even though when I went there, I did incredibly horrible. I was playing Buzz Ninetales. Oh, that was...
Okay,
that was,
Fairy Ninetales?
Buzzwole Fairy Ninetales against Gardevoir Swampert.
Oh, yeah, that's no bueno.
That was really bad. And then for regionals that I've been to, I really enjoyed NAIC, which was in Columbus.
Okay.
I really just enjoyed it because the people that I went with and where we stayed at, we don't normally stay in like a downtown area, but we stayed in like the hotel like 2 blocks away from the venue, and so
me, Brad, and who did we go with that last time?
Me, Ben Telfer, you, Brad.
Well, no, were we downtown for that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one turned out pretty good. I was thinking about the time before that. It was me, Brad, and Pearson.
Yeah.
Where we stayed downtown. We were like dead downtown. We were 4 blocks away. But then when you, me, Ben, and Brad went, we got hooked up because they screwed up our room reservation. They gave us 2 lofts.
It was also a creepy hotel too.
It was it was a little creepy, but like we had these huge giant rooms like the size of this house for 4 of us.
Ben and I had no idea what to do with our time in those rooms.
What was your favorite event that you attended?
My favorite event that I attended overall. I had a lot of fun. I really just have to say it was NAIC, not the last NAIC that happened.
Right.
I went with Zach Anderson and Steven Plombo. This was before I knew these guys and everything, and it was an absolute blast. My favorite line from that whole time was I was trying to figure out Baby Blondes after post, which is when we were losing Wishful Baton, and we thought Baby Blondes was going to be bad until, somebody found out it wasn't. Yep. But
Europe.
It was just what do when Wishful Baton rotate? Do I shit it? And it just escalated to hysterical laughing between the 2 of us. That was a fun event.
Well, that's the next question. What was the most fun you had at an event?
I don't know. I had a lot of fun at side events my first time going to Collinsville for Standard when Triple Dogs...
The previous year.
Yeah, so when Triple Dogs was a thing.
Triple Dogs,
it that way.
Zoroark,
Lycanroc, and what else?
Lucario.
Bro, that's Paw Patrol.
That's Super Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So that was a lot of fun because the side events were a lot of fun.
Right on. What top players or content creators have inspired you to try new things within the game?
Well, I'm not sure. Are you a content creator? Yeah, you're a content creator. So
Yeah.
I guess him. I like his sauce mag.
I
Well,
threw my
that-
phone on the ground.
That's what we'll call that, a sauce mag. That's a pretty good thing. And then occasionally I look at PTCGO radio.
Okay.
Occasionally,
He hasn't been good in like 8 years.
I just like that's where I saw the whole Cartana thing. I'm sure it was other people's done stuff on it, but those are really the two main ones for the most part.
Okay.
Other than I said, hey, give me a list, and he said, here you go.
We
Because I
love,
said change for cards.
we love you, Ross.
What was your favorite match against the top player? Somebody that most would easily recognize, and what happened in that match?
That would be Joey Rudiger.
Oh no.
So it was at the
this story.
Collinsville the previous year, and it was a Super Paw Patrol mirror match,
Okay.
and obviously it's a Lycanroc looking for a Zoroark, and it's who draws better. Both games I just drew better. Beat him. He was not very happy about it. We'll just put it that way. And yeah, that was that.
What are your goals for when live Pokemon returns?
I would like to have another day 2 performance at the next regional I go to. That's setting the bar pretty high for me because I've only been playing competitive for 1 season.
You don't want to win?
I would like to make day 2 again. Let's make day 2 a consistent thing.
Absolutely.
I would like to make day 2 a consistent thing to events that I go to because a lot of times you'll see like the top 8 for regionals and you'll be like, oh yeah, I know these people. They're pretty consistent top performers. So I would like to be able to get up there in a consistent day 2 person for starters. For a first season, I feel like that's pretty reasonable to ask.
If you could improve an attribute of your play, what would it be?
A lot of it would really just be slowing down and actually thinking about what I'm doing because there will be a lot of times where I know what my deck is supposed to do and I'm so on that linear mindset of doing that one specific thing that I don't see the easy thing sitting right in front of me. It's, I'm trying to get Centiskorch up to attack for big damage.
I need to find a switch. I need to find a switch.
And it's like, I
can just retreat.
I can just retreat, or
I do it all
I
the
can
time.
just welder onto Volcanion in the active and take this knockout.
Right.
It's like just the simple things where it's there should be easy things to notice, but I'm just not paying attention.
What can you do to improve in that way?
To improve more or less is to honestly, for the most part, just play more games. It's practice is everything really. The more that you play, the more likely it is that you will notice those mistakes and be able to pay attention to them. So when you're actually playing, you can improve.
English.
English is a hard language. It's not really fair that it's like an amalgamation of like 6 different languages kind of all smashed together, and then we all have our different accents and such within it. So last question, well, it's actually a 2-parter, just like the last one. What advice would you give a player starting out in the game?
What I would really give a new player advice is find a deck, stick with it. Even if it's not good, that's okay. Stick with it. Get your play orders down. Get all the game mechanics down. Get that in order. Because if you're just going to keep jumping between decks, you're not going to see a consistent line of how decks are supposed to work. Decks are different. You have to understand that these decks don't operate the same and that they all have their own play orders. There's an overall play order to figure out, but you also need to understand how to play against certain decks with your own. And that's why it would be consistent or a good idea to get consistent with one deck, figure it out, get it down pat. Then if you're feeling like you don't like the deck, move on to the next one. Just make sure you learn what you need to, as in play orders, matchups, things like that. Just getting one deck, learning it, that would be the best for new players.
What lessons, and this is the part 2 of that question, what lesson have you learned that others can learn from? Like what mistake can you spare somebody? Basically is that question.
I need to know this question.
Slow down when you're playing, pay attention in your first round.
Pay attention in your first round.
Yes. Don't have round 1 jitters.
Don't have round 1 jitters.
That's actually a real.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, I've been doing this for a little too long, and I don't really notice these things anymore. But I can appreciate that absolutely.
Another thing is be sober before you're around at Andy Gray and Clayton Fagan. They both showed up with hangovers to Daytona, and they both day 2'd.
Well, I mean, different strokes for different folks, I suppose, right?
Drive sober or get pulled over.
Any shout outs you want to throw out before we end the video?
Brad Fish Sticks. Brad Fish Sticks for not being here with his Brad beard and his
Well,
dummy thick
gotta
Brad.
be at work. He's gotta make money.
Yeah,
he's gotta go to work.
Nah, man, he ain't using the wrong card as well as he's using it on.
I just built him a computer, so that's what he's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now that we can play Borderlands, I don't have to yell at him.
And so we'll do Brad Beard. We'll do Jonathan.
Just name everyone who isn't here right now.
And then
We're ashamed of all of you
shout out
for not
Sarah.
being here.
and then I'm also to Zach Anderson and Riley Reed. Or Bender.
I was about to say that's not her last name.
I know where Dart's head's at. Busted.
No,
There's no coming back from that. We'll catch
yeah.
everybody next time. Hit that subscribe button. We'll catch everybody on the next time.
We're all pure people. We don't know who that is.